Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Just at the outset, let me say that you will be asked shortly by Senator Sanders, I believe, about the letter that he's written to Secretary McDonald urging that he use his authority as Secretary of Veterans Affairs to break patents on hepatitis C medications for the treatment of veterans suffering from that disease. I would strongly urge that you consider using your authority under 28 United States Code, Section 1498, to take that action that will make this medication more widely available to veterans who need and deserve it, especially since the VA was involved through one of its employees in the research that undertook this initiative and successfully reached the result. I want to focus for the moment on the VA's proposal to fund construction costs at the Denver facility, specifically the $1 billion cost overruns out of the choice programs provisions for long deferred maintenance and facility capacity issues in the VA system. These funds were very specifically designated and intended by Congress to improve veterans' health care. Veterans in my state who are aware of this proposal are absolutely outraged that their health care, specifically the primary care upgrade at the West Haven facility, would be indefinitely deferred because of $1 billion cost overruns in Aurora, Colorado. I suspect the same reaction will be felt equally deeply by veterans at the more than 220 other facilities whose health care will be compromised as a result of the proposed redesignation of these funds. So I would like assurance from you, Secretary Gibson, since we're talking here about choice program funds, and we're talking about not just a few dollars here or there, but actually 1/5 of all the funds in that $1 billion pot, that you are considering alternatives to that action.
Senator, we've sent a letter earlier today to this committee, to the House Committee, and to the Appropriations Committee, requesting the increase in the authorization to be able to complete that facility, as well as requesting the use of $730 million of those $5 billion to be used to complete the Denver facility. We have identified
Well, I want to interrupt you because, and I apologize, for me, that alternative is a non-starter. It's just unacceptable. And I've expressed that view to appropriate administration officials. I realize that you're dealing the hand you were dealt. I'm simply urging you to consider alternatives. There are alternatives, in my view, responsible and available alternatives that do not involve deferring healthcare improvements through construction and maintenance at those facilities across the country, whether in Connecticut or Georgia or Montana or Louisiana or Vermont, and all the other states represented on this committee, as well as many who are not.
Senator, in years past, I would tell you it's very likely that if VA had gone looking for that kind of money, there's a pretty good chance that we could have found it. But because of the work that we've been doing over the past year to accelerate access to care, to make hepatitis C care available to veterans under the circumstances, we don't have $700 million sitting on the sideline. There are no easy answers here.
And I'm not asking you to find $1 billion sitting on the sideline. But this nation is capable of doing better for its veterans. And a supplemental appropriation, for example, might be an alternative. I'm asking you to go back to the drawing board and use different pencils, not necessarily sharpened pencils, but different alternatives to compensate for the absolutely unacceptable cost overruns and delays in Aurora. The project should be completed, but not at the sacrifice of health care for other veterans around the country. And what I say to you today is not personal to you or to Secretary McDonald. And we have talked at great length about this issue. We have visited that facility together, along with the chairman, and I have seen that vast, hulking shell of a campus that is a mockery of government contracting. So we need to address this situation to complete the project, but it cannot be done, in effect, at the sacrifice of other veterans. My time has expired. I apologize for interrupting you, and thank the witnesses for being here today.